Hello and welcome, viewers, back to another fantastic production here at Sage's Light Bulbs, where I am struggling to fit the subject in frame because it is so large and exciting. Because today, in fact, we have a Lights of America Grow Light. Now, the packaging itself, other than being extremely large, is fairly simple. They say, plug-in cord set, on-off slide switch, great for plants and flowers, and they show you some plants and some flowers. And then they say, save up to 80% on energy costs. Now that seems to be a theme across this package. They say that a few times. And my only question is, you know, this is a grow light. What else would you be using for grow light other than HID? And I don't think it's more efficient than HID. So it's a dubious claim. Not really sure what they're talking about there, but okay. Okay, here, so the unit itself, besides just being grossly oversized for my table, it's actually quite impressive with its 24-inch tube. And it makes me happy. The reflector, I mean, the diffuser, you know, squishy, okay. But I think it looks good. It does shields enough, but not so much to limit the light output. The ends are just, you know, ends. And then this little ballast switch area, I don't feel any transformer in there, and it just has this switch, which is really a disappointing switch mechanism, but it's one of the things they're advertising. And then here, of course, is the inlet. And so, friends, in fact, the diffuser is an absolute battle to remove. So I've just sort of set it off to the side because I don't want to break things. We can here see two nice little sockets at each end of the bulb and our nice little etching on the tube itself. And they tell us it's a Lights of America F17 T8 GL, which I assume stands for grow lamp. They have another code there next to it. Color temperature 7800. So that's actually leaving the blue spectrum at that point, I think, and sort of entering the purple area, which we'll see in a moment. And normally you'd associate a nice warm white with like a 1000 Kelvin, and this is a 7800 Kelvin, so 8 times the color temperature of a normal incandescent bulb. And interestingly, they tell us the life on there, 8,000 hours, and this color rendering index, CRR, equals 11, or other words, how well certain colors are rendered underneath the light of the lamp. And I think it's pretty nice tube. It's a solid 24-incher. Cheap construction here, though, with these sockets is that you can't get the bulb out easily. That is just not acceptable at all. I don't care how cheap this thing was. They didn't make the clearance enough to get the bulb out. I'm very disappointed about that. So before we plug it in, we're going to weigh it, just so reference here. So the fixture itself weighs 15.3 ounces. Okay, now, for reference, one 24-inch T12 tube weighs 5 ounces, and this CFL weighs 6.2 ounces. So really, we're about 2.5 times as heavy as this big CFL and all this good stuff, but really, it's not heavy, and it does not seem to me as if it's built very high quality, which is disappointing, but not unexpected. Okay, friends, powering on the fixture in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so first observations. That's an immediate start, absolutely instant, and there's no hum whatsoever. And so coupled with our understanding of how lightweight this fixture is, it's safe to assume that in fact we have an electronic ballast. Pros and cons of that electronic ballast. On one hand, well, it works well and is technically more efficient than a magnetic ballast, which would go along well with their advertising for energy efficiency. Negatives are that a grow lamp is going to be on a really long time in its life period, longer than many fixtures, and I feel that electronic ballasts on this low end of the scale are generally much less reliable than magnetic ballasts. And so, assuming this was made within the period that magnetic ballasts were permitted for this application, I feel that to be a very strange choice, especially considering they're generally cheaper. But, moving on, the light is a very pleasant, like, light purple. And that, I guess, is for the plants to breathe the air light in, and probably isn't great to look at, because it probably emits a little more UV than you generally see in a standard fluorescent tube, but overall, I actually enjoy being around it, and I'll probably just get a soft white tube so I can use it like a normal light fixture. So friends, to conclude, also notice, you can actually see the cathode glowing there a little bit. It's hard to tell. Anyway, to conclude, if I was a plant, I'd be quite happy. The electronic ballast, though probably short-lived, makes the bulb operate perfectly, and I would be quite pleased if I bought this for $10, and I'm guessing it did not cost $10. But I paid $2 for it, so I'm happy, and have a wonderful day, friends. See you later.